Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the next video in my Middlesbrough save. My old laptop actually broke and I've got a new one now, and you might be able to tell a bit of difference because you can see different things on my laptop. I've got a Windows 8 laptop now, same brand as I had before, Toshiba one, and this is really cool. It's a lot faster, it seems a lot faster. I had to download all different things, like the skins. I had to download a new pictures pack, a big one, like a 5 GB one. All other stuff that I had on me other laptop. Thank God. Actually, this Middlesbrough save, I put that file on a USB stick because my laptop were playing up. So I just sort of, used the brains I've got to put it on that USB stick just in case my laptop broke. And guess what? A day later, it actually broke. So I'm very, very lucky that I've done that, because I would have lost this Middlesbrough save. So here we go. Anyway, this is the start of the fourth season, and I'm going to go through the transfers. First of all, Patrick Van Aanholt went to Groningen for 2.8 million. Will Keane went to Leicester City for 1.6 million. Got 4 players there going out on loan. Fallin went out for 1.4 million. Jason Steele went out for 3.1 million. I should have got more money for him. I think I could at least got 5 million, but I was just rushing around trying to complete a deal. Adam Reach went to Rangers on a free transfer. Patrick went to Granada on a free transfer, even though I didn't want him to leave because he became a really good player for us. He went on a free transfer because he didn't want to sign a new contract. One of our young players who actually looks really promising, Geronimo, I think that's pronounced. He went to Watford on loan. I'll quickly show you him. For a 17-year-old, he looks like a really promising player in my opinion. Jody Gomez went to Tenerife for £175,000. Thiago Motta went to AC Milan. Basically, I wanted to get this guy off, the wage bill, and they were on about £66,000 a week, and basically put him up on sale. AC Milan made an offer, and I'm really happy I got him off the wage bill because I wouldn't have been playing him this season anyway. But he were a good player for us when he did play. So in total, we got 9.58 million. I'm going to go through the transfers in. First of all, we've got Julian Lescott on a free transfer, and he's actually the assistant manager because our assistant manager retired because we were getting on in age. He's actually got some decent staff attributes as well. So I got him as a player and assistant manager. He's on £15,000 a week, and I think that's a good deal. He's got a contract till 2019, and we can use him as emergency backup in defence as well as the assistant manager. Next of all, we've got Andre Hoffman from Hanover for 4.7 million. I'm going to be using this guy as a defensive midfielder. Really good player, I think, for a 23-year-old. Got some good stats, and he will improve in the future. It's got to be said that Germany have some really good defensive midfielders that you probably never really heard of. But I think this guy will improve with age and do well for us. I think we've got a good bargain there. We've got Jordan Ayew from Newcastle for 2.5 million. A really, really good young player. Used to play for Marseille, but Newcastle signed him when they got relegated. But I think I got a really good deal there. 17 acceleration. He's got really good strength as well. So this guy is a beast. He's only 24 still, and I think he's going to really improve. His physical side of the game though is really good. We've got Sam Byram, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Leeds United for 1.8 million. Basically to replace Patrick. He's a good player. He's still only 22. He will improve with age. And probably the biggest signing of this transfer window for us is Asmir Begovic from Stoke City. I did say towards the end of last season that I wanted a really, really good goalkeeper. And, Steele last season let in some goals what he shouldn't have, and it affected us in the long run. I think we could have finished maybe higher if it wasn't for some of those mistakes he made. But Begovic is a consistent goalkeeper, and I've had him on a previous save, so I know that for sure. And we got Peter Crouch on a free transfer. People will be saying, "Oh, why did you sign this guy? You know, he's 35. His stats aren't as good as they were." But if nobody's used Peter Crouch on Football Manager, he does actually score goals. I'm a part of this Football Manager group on Facebook. I think it's called the FM Society. Well, it is the FM Society, and a lot of people sign Peter Crouch, you know, for say Scottish teams or a lower, you know, a lower club in the Premier League, and he actually does score goals. So I'm really happy we've got him. He's only on 4,700 a week, so he'll be good for us for backup. He signed like a 1 year contract, so I'm happy with that. So that concludes the transfers. I think we done all right in the transfer window. I wish we had more money because you know, last couple of transfer windows I brought more money in than I actually spent, including actually, you know, getting into Europe for this season, or potentially getting into Europe. We're going to go to that game next. I think we should have been given more money. We got 7 million transfer budget, and we didn't get that much money for the wages, so I had to sell some players to bring players in really that I wanted. So it is what it is. I'm going to show you the fixtures we've had in the pre-season. We had a 3-1 win against Dundee. Tom Ince and Michu with the goals there. We had a 0-0 draw against Atletico Madrid, which was a pretty decent performance. We had a 3-1 defeat against Wolfsburg. They outplayed us, but Michu scored a goal for us. And then we had a 2-0 victory against Nuremberg. Tom Ince and Michu with the goals. And then in the first qualifying round, you know, in the Europa Cup, Europa League, we had an 8-0 victory against Kapfenberger SV 1919, crazy name that is. We won 8-0. I'll show you the players who scored. I've got to have it in this sort of thing, so you know, it actually, I can record the screen. It's saying not responding at the moment, but it will load up, trust me. So yeah, Marco Rodriguez scored 2 goals, Tom Ince scored 1, Papadopoulos with the other, Jordan Ayew scored a hat-trick, and Michu scored. So it's safe to say we're through, but we're going to have today's game against them, and hopefully have another impressive win. Let's go to the tactics. This is the lineup we're going to be using: Rhodes, Ince, Michu, McManaman, Khedira, Hoffman, Norton, Papadopoulos, Kirchhoff, Byram, and Begovic. So let's go to the game. Yeah, if I have it in like full screen like I normally done, my Camtasia won't record it for some reason. So I'm going to see if I can get some more software, better software, so I can you know, record the whole screen. Because sometimes when you have it as a windowed screen, you know, it says not responded. Not too often though. It's not a big deal. You just have to wait a few seconds. Okay, Tom Ince on the ball, passes to Papadopoulos. Right, Cole Norton for the throw in to Khedira. Hopefully Khedira can have an injury-free season. Okay, first goal, I think that's a own goal, and it is, to make it 1-0, 9-0 on aggregate. But this is still good preparation for the actual season itself. They've got free kick. Can they score? And is that another own goal? I think it will go by their play. I hope it was anyway. Okay, 1-1, Norton to Khedira. Tom Ince now on the ball, who's really improved for us since we've bought him. Khedira to Michu. Jordan Rhodes with a goal there. Hopefully he can have another good goal scoring season, being the leading goal scorer in the Premier League for 2 seasons in a row. I've actually put him up for transfer list, trying to get money for him, but nobody's offered anything. Liverpool and Tottenham are interested in him, but I don't think they want to offer the money I want for him. You know, because the money I want for him, I could, you know, buy some really good players. But it will be good playing in Europe this season with Middlesbrough. I'm really happy we did do that last season. For a good achievement, especially with that bad run of form we had towards the end of the season, or mid, you know, through the December, January time. Okay, they have a throw in. Norton picked it up though. Passes it to Tom Ince. Michu squares it off to Byram. McManaman, nice goal there to make it 3-1 and 11-1 on aggregate. I'm going to make a couple of substitutions now. I'm going to take off Jordan Rhodes, bring on Ayew. And bring off Gareth Barrett, bring on Gareth Barrett for Kadira. So yeah, I'm happy I got McManaman. No joke, guys. I was gonna literally say I hope McManaman doesn't get injured, and he's just got injured. Man, literally, he's like candy floss. You know, this guy. He keeps getting injured. That's why I had to bring in Salah last season on loan. So it looks like Marco Rojas will play a lot of this season. I might try and sell McManaman if his injury's not too bad, because he does keep on getting injured, and he's taken a lot of money on the wage budget. Byram to Ayew, can he score? And he does. Nice, he took that well there to make it 4-1 on the night. So he scored 4 goals over the 2 ties. Kyle Norton passes it to Gareth Barry. Byram, can he collect it? And it's a penalty. Tom Ince scores to make it 5-1. Norton with throw in. I think this will be, yeah, it's all over. So we're through. 13-1 in aggregate, 5-1 on the night. Really impressive over the 2 fixtures. So I don't know if we've got another game to play for us for us to qualify into the Europa League. I don't know. If we do, I'll probably do a video for that anyway. But it's just said playoff draw. Let me just look at something. It says Euro Cup playoff draw. So we'll have to see about that. But if we have to play a couple of games to qualify, I will show you those games on a video. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And take care.